pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life, love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, shit is reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see. We manifest dreams. Are you my paradise? In paradise, truth is what you can see. We manifest dreams.
And welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. And you know, it is Tuesday, so you know where we are. We're at Georgia's Happy Hog. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It's been a great day for the USA women's soccer team. Once again, we had to go in overtime, and I heard a great quote that said the Germany women's team was spurred by the USA's Trident, which of course is the big three that they have, which is Swanson, Smith, and Rodman. Those three are just absolutely amazing young players coming up, and they are the Trident. I love they were speared by the Trident. I like the way that sounds. Don't you guys like the way that sounds? I like the way that sounds. They were speared by the American Trident, and what a great match it was. I was sitting there trying to watch it and trying to do almost get ready for the show today. And it was just kind of hard because you're sitting there and you're watching the match. I'm sitting here and I'm at Georgia's Happy Hog. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and do that and get that. Let me get that out of the way. Give them some love before I get into where I'm at. We're at Georgia's Happy Hog, 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center, just off of Lincoln Boulevard. Cannot miss it. It's a great place. If you haven't been here before, it is fantastic. It is just delicious. And if you haven't, you got to come in. And we're here every Tuesday. And, of course, it is brought to you by, we're here because of YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC, and they're the proud sponsor for us to be here today here at Georgia's Happy Hog. We appreciate them. You can pre-qualify online with them at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you go to their main bank, the 5 locations, the main bank at 401 M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma, and YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66th or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, located on 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off I-40 and Garth Brooks, just south. And then, of course, YNB Peoples, located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. So, anyway, great times. But anyway, USA women today, I mean, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see it, but, I mean, what a great match it was. And now we've kind of know that half of the finals is set for that. And then, of course, in basketball, there was some games today in the basketball today. But that being said, I'm just going to tell you this. I was thoroughly pleased with what I saw from the Olympic team today, from the women's team. Sorry. I can't get this right. Why can't I get this right? There we go. Olympic teams, there you go. USA, of course, now we're waiting on the winner of Brazil and Spain, which is going to be tipping off right now. It's tipped off, but I haven't had a chance to watch it because I've been setting up for the show and all pumped up about what I've seen from the USA women's team. And once again, we had to go into overtime, like I said, to win, just like we had to do against Japan. What a great, great soccer match it was. I love these women. And, like I said before, is that I have an issue with the men, griping about the women making as much money as them. Well, hell, they've been winning. They have 4 World Cups. You have 0. They're competitive. You all aren't. I don't understand what the issue is and why people are mad about that. And, this, women's ceiling. Hey, my thing is this. I have no problem making a woman making as much money as I do. Hey, if she's as good as I am, if she's better than me, you get paid on your effort. This is America. You get paid off your effort. You get paid off what you do. Okay, you get paid off your worth. You get paid off what you bring to the table. And in our women's soccer team, they are the preeminent favorites. They do what they're supposed to do. They win when they're supposed to, and it's just been, and we worry this year. I've been, I don't want to say worried, but it's a whole new transition of players and a whole new group of coaches, and just everything is different. And it's a new thing, but I love what I see. I love our young stars and what they bring with Swanson, the Trident. I love that Trident up front, which is Swanson, Smith, and Rodman. Those three are they're young, they're fast, they're athletic, they're very skilled. And, of course, they took care of business. Great pass from Swanson to Smith. And it's just the speed that they have. It's just the athleticism. It's the technique. It's the fundamentals that they have. They have everything. And, there's nothing like a person in any sport. You're gifted athletically, but you're fundamentally sound. You do all the little things that it takes to be successful. You do the little work. You work on your skill set. You constantly work on the little things, like I tell kids all day long. It's the little stuff. One of my kids, he's really good, but it frustrates me. I said, son, you don't understand. To be great, you have to work on the little things. You got to work on your ball handling. You got to work on your between legs. You got to work on your mid-range. You got to work on your left. You got to work on your left hand. You got to work on a bunch of stuff. And I understand you just want to stay out there and shoot the ball because you just want to make threes. But you got to be an all-around player, because eventually you're going to run into kids who are better than you, and they're going to take that away. So then what do you got? If all you are a shooter and you got somebody in you who is taller than you and he takes that away, then what you going to do? You're not going to score any points. Then you're going to be all in the dirt. So I love the fact that these three girls are the whole team. They're skilled, but especially these three up front. And they're athletic, they're fast, and they're skilled. And I just love how they do it, and I love what they're doing right now. And congratulations to them. And, of course, like I said, they await the winner of the Brazil-Spain game, which is going on right now, to see who's going to play in the finals of the Olympics. And then on the other side of that, in basketball, Germany took care of business, kind of what we thought, over Greece 76-63. And then Serbia, of course, 95-90 over our guy Josh Gideon. We talked about that yesterday on the show, who we thought was going to win between those two. And then, of course, Canada and France. France took care of business. And like I had said yesterday, my biggest thing is that I was afraid. Canada is so small. They're so short that, to me, the biggest issue I have is that, when you talk about height, you got to have – that was kind of one of the problems that we had. Is that, we were in the World Games last year. We were short inside. You get beat up. And France with the Twin Towers, and especially Wemby, huge block at the end, made some plays. Didn't score a lot, but just his presence defensively, Gobert's presence and what they do, and they're getting their hands on the ball, getting extra rebound. And that was the only thing with Canada, and I talked about that yesterday. Athletically, they're fine, but you can't give up offensive rebounds just like the Thunder. Our biggest issue was what? Offensive rebounds. You can't continue to give up offensive rebounds. You're going to get beat, and that's exactly what happened to France today, or to Canada today, and that was my concern yesterday. It was about France's height and their ability to get offensive rebounds, and that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And so anyway, great game for France, so they move on. And then once again, they play Germany tomorrow, or they play Germany in the semifinals. And then on the other side of that, we have to play Serbia again. Okay, we smashed them in the friendlies, in the prelims, in the whatever you want to call it, pre-warm-ups, preliminaries, whatever. Then we beat them in pool play. And now we've got to play them again. So you're going to have to beat them 3 times in basically, 10 days, 2 weeks? And, the thing is this, is now that there's nothing to be, they know what we want, we do, we know what they do, and it's just a matter of us being able to come out and shoot the basketball. And if we can shoot the basketball from 3, they don't have a prayer. And if they come out with the same thing that they had before against us, they don't have a chance. And remember, Michik pissed off Kevin Durant the last time. And Durant just took care of business with them. He and LeBron just took over the game. And KD, there's just no answer for a 7-footer with unlimited range and ball handling skills. What do you do with it? But anyway, we played Brazil today at 2:30, which I'll be trying to watch that, and I'll be trying to give you some updates on that, or somebody send me some messages about that. And remember, go to YouTube and like, subscribe, hit notifications so that I will have a good feel for what's going on with that, because I don't unless you go do that. You got to go to YouTube, like, subscribe, hit notifications. And if you want to comment or you have any questions, go ahead and do that, because that way I can see what you're doing and I can comment about about your show, about your comments, or I can answer your questions because a lot of my friends, a lot of people go on Facebook and you watch me on Facebook, and I appreciate that. But when you do that, I don't really see it. Okay, until after the show, then I'll comment about it afterwards. But you got to go to YouTube, you got to like, subscribe, and if you'll comment live, I can hit that, or you ask me some questions, I can do it that way. So if you're willing to do that, that'd be fantastic for me, so that I can have some sort of idea. Because, like I said, when it's on here, I can't see. So, but anyway, you got Germany and Canada, or Germany and France in the semifinals on one bracket, and then you have Serbia waiting for the winner of us versus Brazil. So we have to go out and handle business today at 2:30 in about 15 minutes. That game starts, and I do believe we'll handle our business. I think we're on a mission this year. But to play Serbia, like I said, 3 times. And basically, they were in our pool. We got to play them again. And Germany and France got to play each other. And I believe Germany beat France earlier, so that's going to be a great game and see what happens. And Schroeder went off that first time. And then in the Canada game, SGA was SGA, 27-5-6, and 25-5-6, or 27-5, 26-5-6. But once again, like playing for the Thunder, no help. Dort does with Dort, 6 points. He had a great steal at the end. And what do they call it? The torture chamber. And, and like I said, I love Dort. If the coach just could put him and get him like Canada does. Look, this is all we need you to do. We don't need you to try to be athletic. We don't need you to try to take people off the dribble. We don't need none of that. Play defense, lock the opposing player up, and then shoot threes. I don't want him to shoot, like I said, to me, I only want to shoot 5 or 6 times a game. That's it. I don't want you shooting 10, 11, 12, 13 times. I don't want none of that. I want you to lock the other guy up defensively, and I want you to shoot 4, 5, 6 open threes or a layup here and there. I don't want you trying to take somebody off the dribble, falling down, trying to get fouled on 3-point shots and all that nonsense like he did today. That's not his game. And when he tries to do that, he takes you out of trouble. But defensively, he is a shutdown guy. He does make some bonehead mistakes late in the game, but we do have Caruso for that and in Hartenstein. So, that's part of the thing. But once again, Canada, no help. SGA, God, he missed 2 free throws. He missed 3. What was it? Where did he go? 3 for 6 from the free throw line in the last 5 minutes or 6 minutes or something like that. And I don't know what is up with his free throw shooting, but he was 90% 2 years ago to 87% last year and 87% in the Olympics this year. And I don't know what it is with him missing free throws lately. I know that once it gets in your head, you're in trouble. Thank God he's done until the NBA season starts in October, or the practice starts in October and league starts in the end of October. So that gives him a chance to, play with his baby boy, have some fun with him and his wife, and do that and get the family time in before the season starts, and then he can refocus on that. But like I said, Germany versus France again, and then Serbia versus us, hopefully if we win the game, which I'm sure we will. But, we shall see what's going to happen on that. We have to take care of business, which, like I said, I believe we will. I don't think there's going to be any issues with us. I think we're going to come out. We're laser focused on what we want to accomplish, especially after what happened at the World Games last year. But like I said, I was watching the World Games, and we got beat by Germany, then we got beat by Canada. And so I just felt like with this team, they were focused, and that was why I like in the prelims or in the preseason, pre-Olympic games, whatever you want to call it. We handled our business against Canada, put them in their place, and we handled our business even though it was a tougher game against Germany, and but we still beat them. And then, of course, we beat Serbia. So part of what I see for the United States in basketball is KD is they're saying, well, KD's not going to start. What the hell you want to start him for? Bring him off the bench. Let him get into a rhythm against the second team or whoever he's going to go against, and then once he handles that business, then you go ahead and you get him in the starting lineup and finish. It's not important who starts, it's who finishes. At the end of the games, you know who you're going to have out there. You're going to have Curry, you're going to have LeBron, you're going to have Ant-Man, you're going to have KD, and you're going to have either AD or Bam. That's going to be your closing group. Like I said, Steph, LeBron, Ant, KD, and either AD or KD, AD, I like that, or Bam. That's what you're going to have in the game. Now, I prefer that you have, to me, I like AD, KD. This would be my group. AD, KD, Bam, LeBron, and if Curry's shooting great, if not, put Ant-Man in there and put LeBron as your point. And that way you got LeBron, you got Ant-Man, you got KD, you got AD, you got Bam. So to me, if you push comes to shove, you can always have that group in there as your closer. But I do believe Steph will be on the floor with LeBron and Ant, and I think KD and either Bam or AD. So that's kind of how I think that that would be your closing five. But to me, you keep everything the same. You don't start anything different. You know, you let Booker do his thing, come out starting. You let him do his thing. You give Jason Tatum some minutes because I think he should play, even though it's kind of hard. And then, of course, Tyrese Halliburton is just glad to be there, which I'm okay with, and going through that and laying that out. So, but anyway, I think it's going to be the whole thing with Brazil is they're going to come out and they're going to come out and try to establish themselves. We have to come out and we have to be aggressive because the whole thing is it doesn't matter what sport it is. When you allow the opposing team to feel like they can play with you, you are in trouble. I don't care who you are. I don't care what sport it is. When you're better than someone else, you have to put your foot on their neck immediately to let them know what's going on, that you are the team and you are the thing. That's what you have to do. You can't allow them to come back and play with you. You can't allow them to have any sort of confidence, because if they do, you're in trouble. That's how it works. It's not complicated. It's not rocket science. It's none of that. It's not complicated. You have to come out. You have to be ready. And you have to understand what's going on. And I think the USA, with their defense and what they're doing, is, you know, they're focused. And I think that you have to be in order to do that. And plus, we know that the big fella, Jokic, is going to come out. He's going to be ready. You know their team is going to be ready. You know they're going to come out and they want to beat us. But once again, it's hard to beat somebody 3 times in 2 weeks. And you remember, we just played them, last week? Then we played them a week before that. So it's going to be tight. But do I think it can be done? Hell yes. Do I think we're going to get it done? Hell yes. Why? Because I think we're laser focused. LeBron knows this is his chance, his last chance at Olympics. This will be his 3rd one, even though he took the silver the first time. And then you got KD, of course, the greatest Olympic basketball player in history. He'll have I think, what does he need? 2 rebounds to become the all-time leader in rebounds in history. He's already got the scoring. He's already got the most 20-point games. He's always got everything else he needs. But the difference is back in the day, you only played in maybe 1 Olympics, maybe 2. Like Jordan played in 84 and 92. But usually the way it used to happen is, we were in college and the college players played. Then in 92, they brought in the NBA players. So that's what has allowed players to play more, because you went from college players to NBA players, professional players. Because remember, for the longest time, if you were a professional, you could not play in the Olympics. And so most of you guys are too young to even know that, but you could not play in the Olympics if you were a professional. So for America. So they changed that rule, allowed professionals to come in. So that made all the difference for basketball as far as it's concerned. Now, track and field and all that, they were making money outside the USA, which is a completely deal. Carl Henry. Oh my God, what is his name? Carl Lewis. Arguably the greatest Olympian in history. Still, what is he, one of 3 Americans to win, or one of like 8 people to win the gold medal in 4 different times, 4 different Olympics, the same sport, 4 different times. That right there is a huge accomplishment for someone, and Carl Lewis is, I think, one of 3 Americans to accomplish that feat, to win 4 golds in the same event. That means in 16 years, which is crazy. You were in the Olympics for 16 years. You were number 1. You want to go 4 times. 4 times. That's every 4 years. You want to go every 4 years. That's crazy. You talk about dedication, and like I said earlier, part of what you do as far as being in the Olympics, you train for 4 years for 10 seconds or 45 seconds or 5 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it is in track and field. Or in tennis is just not coming along. But think about that for a minute. You're training 6, 7, 8 hours a day, every day, for 10 seconds, or for 22 seconds, or for 45 seconds, or for 2 minutes, or 3 minutes, or whatever the event is. Think about that for a minute. You train for 4 years for that long to win. You got 1 shot. You got 1 shot. And it's for you to be able to finish first 4 times in one sport or one event, that's just ultra commitment. That's ultra level desire. that's ultra level of understanding what it takes to be able to do that and accomplish that. That's just something that I've never done. So, my hat goes off to anybody who can take 4 years and do what you do to do that. Because back when I played, like I said, it was just, you took the best top players in the country, you divide them into teams, and then you play against each other, and then you pick 12 of the top 44 to make the team. That's kind of how it was back when I won my gold medal for the USA in the Junior World Games. So that's kind of how it went, and that's the way that it worked to be able to win that. So I'm just proud of our athletes and said basketball. Like I said, it's going to be a huge thing coming up in a few minutes. And then, of course, we're going to probably cut the show short a little bit so that we can do that. And then, once again, the women's soccer team, I had a hat, I would tip it to y'all. These girls, man, they're young. They're not going anywhere for 8 years. They're going to be back again 4 more years from now. They've got a chance again to win another World Cup in 2 years, which will be, or is it last year, to win the World Cup again. And so I'm thrilled to be able to watch, and hopefully we're going to be able to watch the girls and the women play. So I'm excited about the Women's World Cup and to be able to do that. So let's go ahead and take a break real quick and thank our sponsors right off the top here. I want to thank SRB, and we appreciate those guys for sponsoring us. If you have needs for engineering and surveying planning, please take the opportunity to go visit them. If you have needs for a water treatment plant in your neighborhood or in your county or in your city, they can make sure everything runs right, because there's nothing like clean water. There's really not. Or if you have a dam in your neighborhood, they can make sure that it doesn't flood and flood your nice houses. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computer software to make your office run smoother, or website design, hey, hit our guys up at Collaborative Logic. Oak Grove Trucking, and my guy Jose Fierro, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my boy up. He can handle that, and he'd be more than happy to take care of you guys. Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to be here at Georgia's Today to support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. We appreciate their support. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401 Elm Street, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off 39th Expressway in the Yukon, or Highway 66 in Yukon. YNB Mustang, which is 218 North Mustang Road in Mustang, Oklahoma. YNB Parkway, located off Garth Brooks and I-40, 212 steps or 215 steps. Actually, it's 210 steps because you're not going to have to walk around a car. 210 steps from I-40, just south of I-40 there on Garth Brooks Boulevard. And, of course, YNB Peoples, located on the 23rd in Bethany, between Rockwell and MacArthur. You cannot miss either one of those locations. And, of course, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located 4609 Southeast 29th, Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. Probably serving the Middale area since 1982. That's 1982, probably serving the Middale area. Cannot miss it. Love those people over there. Appreciate you, Mark. Appreciate you guys' sponsorship. So, that being said, I'm just saying that, man, I mean, the Olympics, I know I said this yesterday, I touched on it a little bit. The Olympics, to me, is the one thing that brings your country together. It's the one thing that it's irrelevant if you're a Republican. It's irrelevant if you're a Democrat. It's irrelevant if you're independent. It's irrelevant of whatever your religion is. None of that matters. None of all the things that make us have issues, none of that matters. You know why? Because it's the red, white, and blue. It's our flag flying. And I've said this many times. No matter what else is going on, when you stand on that podium and they put that gold medal around your neck and the national anthem is playing, there's nothing that's better than that. There's zero that's better than that. Forget all the nonsense of the presidential candidates or governors. Forget all that nonsense. It's not nonsense, but forget all that. Because you know what matters? What matters is Are we winning in medals? Are we losing in medals? Who's winning? Okay? That's the stuff that matters because this is the one time that we all come together as one. Now, of course, when this is over with, everybody goes back to their corners and they do what they do, 100%. But this is the one time we as Americans are joined together for one fight and one fight. And let's look at the medal counts. Speaking of that, so we can kind of get a, let me see, what did I do with that? Here's the medal count as of now, okay? China is one above us right now, leading 22 to us 21. And now we have more medals than they do, but of course I was doing about medals, but they do have more golds than we do. And that's not going to last long, okay? Because with track and field, we just won a gold medal, so that's going to be updated. So we won one in the 1,500 meters, and we went first and third in that. So tomorrow this will be updated, and to get that done. So I know right now I think we are tied with them, if not ahead. I don't know. I have to go back and check. But at the time of the show, as we were doing the show, I just saw where we had picked up a medal in the 1,500 meters. So. And then, of course, our girls' soccer team, our women's soccer team, national team is playing in the Olympics as far as the gold medal is concerned, of course. And then, of course, Scotty Scheffler won in golf the other day. So we are tied with them right now. Even though this says it's down one, we are tied with them as of now. In fact, you know what? I don't like the way that looks. That's what I'm saying. I don't like the way that looks, guys. Do y'all like the way that looks? I don't like the way that looks, so I am going to fix that and put this correct the way it should be as of now. Let me see. Where is that? I'm going to fix that and do this. And when I come back up, it's going to be fixed because I don't like us being behind China. I don't like it. I know you guys don't either because we are the United States of America. We are the USA. And we have more medals than them. They have 55. We now have 80 golds. So let me go ahead and fix that. Bam. All right. You guys can see this here in just a minute. I know y'all feel the same way I feel, that we should be in the lead. And I know y'all feel like that, just that since we are tied with them and we have more medals, we should not be behind any country when it comes to athleticism, when it comes to Olympics, especially in the summertime. Now, in the wintertime, it's a little bit different because we don't really do we don't do Olympic sport. Winter. Where is it? We don't do winter sports the same way we do. Did I fix that? Hey, there we go. Yeah, now, Lions, don't y'all like the way that looks? I like the way that looks. Y'all like the way that looks too, don't you? I know y'all do. Anyway, I had to fix it. That was driving me crazy. Now, we are back atop with 22 and 22, and, of course, we have 80 overall medals, 30 silver, 27 bronze, and we got to jump up that gold medal. I don't like the fact that we only have 22. We have 30 silvers. We have 27 bronze. And like I said, the 1,500 meters, well, that's not right because I need to fix that because we had a bronze, too, in that. So I'm sorry. We have 28 bronze, and so we have 81. So let me fix that because that wasn't the correct. I was just trying to do the gold because that was driving me crazy. I did not like. I know I'm being anal about that, but I don't like the fact that we were behind. I didn't like that. I don't like us being behind because we are the USA, the greatest country in the world, and we should not be behind in gold medals. That's the way I want to look at it. We should be at top of the board because I believe that's where we belong as a country, and I believe that's where we are as a team and all the effort and being a person who has a gold medal at the house. I like the way that looks. And there we go. Not bad enough. I like the way it looks. 81 total medals. Of course, we have 22 gold, 30 silver, now 28 bronze. So congratulations to the men and the women of the United States of America and their effort to continue to put us on top. So I'm pleased with these guys, and I'm pleased with what I've seen thus far from them. So congratulations and way to go. I'm excited. Man, I know I shouldn't be like that, but I am. Am I a homer? Yes, I am. Am I proud of our country? Yes, I am. Am I glad to be things the way they are? Yes, I am. I'm glad we're kicking the rest of the country's butt? Yes, I am. Am I upset about it? No, I'm not. Not at all. Not at all. Okay, in NFL news, the Kansas City Chiefs signed their kicker Harrison Butker to a 4-year, $25.6 million contract, $17.8 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid kicker. And I know that everybody got upset about trying to drink water, guys. Sorry, trying to hydrate here. The highest paid kicker, and I have no problem with his comments. He believes what he believes. He's a Catholic, and I have a bunch of friends who are Catholics, and they believe what they believe. And I don't hate somebody because they believe different than I believe. Okay, we can have different beliefs. We can still be friends. I don't like now the racism thing. That's where I cut ties with people. If you're a racist, I'm not friends with you. Sorry, I'm not. I can't be friends with somebody who wants to kill me because I'm black. Don't know anything about me, whatever. Now you can hate me or not hate me because you don't like what I say or you don't like what I'm. That's fine. But if you're going to hate me just because I'm black, I have an issue with that, and I can't be friends with people who are okay with that. I'm sorry, I just can't. That's just me. So, but anyway. He said some things that I don't necessarily agree with, but, that's him as a person. That's him and his beliefs. That's him and what he wants to achieve. I have no problem with that. It's just like, abortion and other issues. I have my beliefs on the way I look at things. You have your beliefs on the way you look at things, and it's okay. We can be different. We can. It's okay. I believe a woman should have the right to do whatever the hell she wants to do with her body. That's between her and God on what she does. And a lot of people feel differently. Okay, that's the way you feel. I feel the way I feel. But I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not going to not talk to you again. That's crazy. And Harrison Butker does a great job of what he does on the field in football. He is one of the top 2, if not the best. He's one of the top 2-3 kickers in NFL. And he deserves to be there because the Chiefs don't win Super Bowls without him. That's a fact. So pay the man according to what his worth is. I have no problem with it. Just like I said earlier with the women's soccer team, for them to get paid less than the men is ridiculous. You have four World Cups. How are you being paid less than somebody who has 0, who can't even make it to the quarterfinals, who can't make it to the semis? Why are you making less money than them? I have an issue with that. I don't care what race you are, I don't care what color you are, I don't care what sex you are. If you're very good at what the hell you do, you should get paid accordingly. That's the way I look at it, plain and simple. I don't care about your sex, I don't care about your race, I don't care about any of that nonsense. All I care about is are you successful in doing what you do? If you are, get paid. Get paid. That's how I look at it. Now, you look at the Dolphins. The Dolphins restructured the wide receiver Tyreek Hill's contract to a $65 million guarantee with $106.5 million total in the structure of the contract. And what they basically did is he has about $40-something million in his dead cap here down the road. So what they basically did is they took $9 million of that. They took $6 million and paid him this year to put him at whatever it was, 30, whatever it is, and then they took the other $3 million for next year. So what they basically did is guarantee his contract over the next 2 years. That's what they basically did. And then 3 years from now, when he's 31 now, so he'll be 33. And the question is, or 32 at the end of that, what do you do for a guy that old? What is he? Is he worth 30, whatever, 100 million, or is that what it is? Now, to me, Tyreek will still be in shape. He'll still be a factor. He'll still be one of the scariest wide receivers in the NFL, 100%. The way the people eat today, the way the training table is, you can afford to have a chef. You can afford to have a nutritionist. You can afford to have all these things. So, yeah, you should be paid. You can be in your middle to late 30s and be just as good. Now, of course, when you get to your middle, late 30s, you're not going to be as good as you were in your 20s because I believe 27 to about 30-ish, 31, 32, you're at your absolute strongest mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. That's what I believe. 31, I think 26, 27 to 31-ish. 32 is, I think after 32, 33 is when you start to go down. But before that, you are at your absolute mentally toughest, physically sharpest, and able to ability because you've been through and your body's been trained over all those years to be able to do that. So that's kind of how I look, which is the reason why, once again, people are griping about the top 100 and Mahomes being fourth. Now, I believe there's several things, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. Number one, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that this was done in week 13, 14 of last year. Okay? Mahomes was not playing his best. People were dropping passes all over the place. So, if you base it off what was going on with him, that part of last year, then 100% I can see why he was put at this level. Okay? Now, it's ridiculous he is not the fourth best player in the NFL. He's the best player in the NFL, without question. But the way that the NFL does it, the way that they don't have specific guys do it, they just have people put down their names. I think that you have Mahomes fatigue, kind of like you had LeBron fatigue, like you have Michael Jordan fatigue, like you at some point, you know who the best player is. You just get tired of giving it to him every year and give it to somebody else. And plus, not everybody votes on this. Some players don't. You do it at all. They give you a blank sheet of paper, like I said yesterday. So, that's how it is. But to me, like we talked about, yes, my guy, High Stick Harry, and I talked about this yesterday. Mahomes is the best player in the NFL because last year he had no wide receivers. They led the league 25 or 26 drop passes. He had the most interceptions. And how many of those? Because his guys couldn't hold on to the ball, was just tipping it right to the other person. So he's number one, okay? And then to me, number two and number three, I have zero problem with McCaffrey or Lamar Jackson. Zero problem with either one of them. Tyreek is four. I don't have any problem with that either. But he is not number one. He's not number one. He's just not. And he doesn't, somebody has to throw him the ball for him to affect the game. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Christian McCaffrey, they can affect the game way more than Tyreek can. So that's my problem with this list, and I've said it before, and we talked about it yesterday. But the way that they set it up, the way they do it in week 13 or 14, they give you a blank sheet. They don't even really give you, you just write down names. And the biggest problem that I heard, and I did not know this yesterday when he talked about this, Mahomes wasn't even voted as the best quarterback. Now, that's crazy. And then the Chiefs, like I said, they only had 3 players, and we talked about it yesterday. They only had 3 players in the top 100. All 3 of them were in the top 10. The 49ers had 9. The Cowboys had like 6 or 7. The Chiefs had 3. They had 3. They had, 7 All-Pros, 8 All-Pros. They had 3. You can't tell me that Creed Humphrey is not one of the top 100 players in the deal. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that Joe Tooney or Trey Smith is not one of the top 100. You can't tell me that Trent McDuffie is not one of the top 100. You can't tell me that oh my God, my mind just went blank. The middle linebacker, number 32. You can't tell me that they're not. These guys aren't top 100. You won back-to-back Super Bowls. Now, granted, Mahomes, Kelsey, and Chris Jones for sure. They're definitely a top 10. We talked a little bit about whether Chris Jones should be ahead of certain people or not or whatever, which whatever. He was 6, I believe, behind. Yeah, I believe he was 6. I have no problem with Chris Jones he's not above Myles Garrett for sure. So Myles Garrett was 5, Chris Jones was 6. So I have no problem with you doing that. But to me, the top 100, here it is, and the way it's lasted out. And, you guys can comment on it as well. If you do have a comment, please give us a comment. Let us know what you guys think. If there's something in there that you want to change or you have a comment about that, please do. But to me, this is how I look at it. This is how, to me, it is laid out. And I just have no issues with Chris Jones and Travis Kelce where they are. Mahomes being 4, that's ridiculous. Not even being the top-paid quarterback, not the best quarterback, that's ridiculous. He is the best player, but once again, like I said, one of the things could be fatigue. They're tired of it. And it's just like with Jokic, even though I disagree with that, Jokic, like I've said before, the first year he should not have won his MVP. That should have been Giannis' 3rd year in a row. The second time he won it, that should have been Embiid. Last year was his year, the only year he should have won. It was definitely him, but once again, they gave it to Embiid. And I think those years should have been flip-flop because to me, you can't be on the 5th or 6th, your team is 5th or 6th and you win the MVP. That's impossible. How the hell are you the most valuable player and you can't get your team past 5th or 6th seed? Really? I can't. I can't with that. I'm sorry. I just can't with that. I can't. So I know that the NBA, the USA basketball team is on right now. So I'm going to kind of cut this short so we can go in. And then, of course, tomorrow we're going to give a full breakdown of all that, of how it's all laid out. So But anyway, I want to thank George's Happy Hog for having us here today. And once again, if you haven't been here, it's 712 Culbertson Drive, just east of Lincoln, south of the south of the state capitol, north of the OU Medical Center, just across from the Harn Homestead. Cannot miss it. They're closed Sundays and Mondays. Open 11 to 7 on Tuesday through Friday, and open 11 to 5 on Saturdays. Closed Sundays and Mondays. For catering and events, contact them at 405-525-8111. Cannot miss it. This place is fantastic. And if you've ever been here, you know what I'm saying. And, of course, we want to thank Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. And they're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. And they are the sponsor for us to be here today at George's Happy Hog, and we want to thank them for that. So I want to thank everybody for watching this short show of the show today. We're going to come in and have a longer one tomorrow, but I just want to break down and want to say congratulations, number one, to the USA Women's Soccer National Team for being put in the finals. And once again, you're driving me crazy. You're making my hair gray. Come on, guys. Come on, you ladies. Sorry, guys. I don't mean guys as in guys. I mean guys as in generic. But come on, ladies. Second time in a row we had to go into overtime to win a game. Part of the Trident. We speared. Rodman had the goal against Japan in overtime in the extra 30 minutes, the first 15 minutes. And, of course, Smith had it today in the first 15 minutes. So, guys, ladies, can we get one done during time and regulation? Do we have to keep the pressure on and get something done in overtime? So can we at least do that one? Y'all drive me crazy. I love the suspense, but can we get that done? So anyway, like I said, we played the winner today of, let me see, who was it? Spain and, God, I forget who the other one was. I'm so pumped up about us that I wasn't really paying attention to who the other teams was. Let me pull that up here. Let me see, Olympic teams, where is it? Here we go. Sorry. We played the winner of Brazil versus Spain. Yes. Just close it. Move that thing down there. There you go. There you go. Just move it over. There you go. I need to put that over the top. That's what I need to do. That's my fault. No, it's sticking. They open it up so much it sticks on the cord. I need to put my cord over the top. But anyway. Brazil versus Spain going on right now, so I need to go look at that so we'll know what's going on for tomorrow. And I'll be able to keep track of that. So we got a bunch of stuff going on today. I'm excited about what's happening, but we want to take this opportunity to thank everybody. It was my fault, guys. My fault on that. I need to just put my wire back up the top. I kind of kept these people open the door so much that the door was getting stuck and flies are coming in here. So that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Hope everybody